It is Saturday Business Roundtable with one of the top finance authors in Nigeria. This person I'm talking about has written several books on money, one of which is Dangote's 10 Commandments on Money, the book that was rated as one of the best development books in the world by Wall Street Journal. And here in Nigeria, it was adopted as a workbook for grooming entrepreneurs by Small Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, what we all know as MEDAN. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Peter Anosike, and aside being the top finance author and a best-selling author, Peter Anosike is also a philosopher, a development economist, and more so, he is the founder of Ultimate Entrepreneurs Academy. And Ultimate Entrepreneurs Academy is an organization that trains college students, graduates, and workers on how to become successful entrepreneurs. Peter Anosike is also a public speaker and a business coach. Good morning, Peter Anosike.
Good morning, Bibnas.
You're
and
welcome
good morning,
to the
listeners.
show.
Thank you so much.
All right, today we'll be discussing on the best advice to youngsters who want to launch their own business. But before we start this conversation, this topic properly, let us look at the subsidy removal issue, which has triggered high cost of everything. And going by the terrible situation that we have in the country now, I'm talking about the removal of the fuel subsidy, which has made the price of petrol to quadruple. Some employers are already thinking of reducing their workforce so as to bring down their overhead costs, since the astronomical increase in the price of petrol is already pushing the price of other products skywards, thereby reducing their profit margins. Workers, on the other hand, are already demanding for salary increments because what they are paid can no longer take them to office and back, let alone put food on their table and that of their families. And I tell you, you can't even imagine how much I paid to get here this morning and how much I've been spending on a daily basis since the announcement was made. So with this quagmire that we have found ourselves in, I want to ask you, Peter Anosike, what's your take on the subsidy removal by Mr. President Asiwaju Bola Tinubu?
Well, what separates a great mind from average mind is that while average minds think of problems, great minds think of solutions. And again, while average minds think of actions, great minds think of consequences. So the truth is that consequences, the truth is that every action has its own consequences. Any action you take has its own consequences. So the truth is that consequences are far more important than actions. Consequences are far more important than actions. But every day you hear people say, take action, take action. But only a few will sit down to imagine the consequences of the action. And this is where leadership comes into being. That's first of all, thinking of the consequences of the action that you want to take. So this is where leadership comes in. So it is, if you are taking action, this is how we can now judge the rightness or wrongness of the action. Because every action in a country should be geared towards the overall good of the greater number of people. That is the happiness of the greater number of people. It is from this perimeter that we begin to judge whether the action is right or wrong. Understand?
Yeah.
An instance, check the new Naira design. Buhari pushed or Emefiele took action. But what was the consequences of the action? You can see that he put most people into suffering. He put most people into pains. Then, in this subsidy removal issue, most Nigerians agree that subsidy is a scam. We all agree that subsidy is a scam. So Buhari and Tinubu took action. Understand me? He took action Now, but what is the consequence of this action? He had wanted, that is to to do something that will appeal to the majority of the people, since everybody say subsidy must go, subsidy must go. But the leadership mistake there is that he didn't first of all check what will be the consequence of this action that I'm about to take. That is why what ordinarily is supposed to be a very positive action backfired. That's why what's supposed to be a popular action, what would have generated the popularity for him, turned him to enemy of the masses. And now what they are now doing is looking for people to do what, to support them.
But why do you say so? Is it about the timing or what?
I say consequences are far more important than the action. Before you take any action, cool down and think of the consequences of the action. The action that you want to take may be a very good one, but what are the consequences? The action of redesigning the Naira note was a good one, but Emefiele and his team did not first of all sit down to think of the consequences. If they had think of the consequences, they would have foreseen the pains that it will cause on the people, and would have tried to ameliorate that, to address it. Do you understand
Yes.
this? They will have first of all sit down to think what will be the consequences of this action, and if they had done that, they will have put a cushioning effect before doing that. They understand, but they did not do that. The action was just on their mind was just on the taking action. And that's how average minds think. They think of actions. They don't think of the consequences of the action. So Tinubu wanted to ride on what was popular opinion, something that would have made him popular,
Yes,
endured him to the people. And if I announce this subsidy removal,
everybody will be happy.
there will be pouring economy on me.
Yeah.
People will be happy with me. Understand? But he didn't think of the consequences of that action. If he has done that, he will removing subsidy, as I said, is a good one. But if you remove it now, what will happen? Prices of fuel will go up because the refineries are not working. Our naira is not strong. We are importing. Understand? Which means the prices of fuel must go up. How will the people feel?
But Peter Anosike, I want to ask you a question. Since your lifetime, have you ever seen a Nigerian president who thinks of the consequences before taking action? Have you ever?
We have never had a leadership in the country.
Okay.
Understand me? We've never had. This is one thing that we have had presidents, but we will never have leaders. Understand me? We have had presidents, but we have never had leaders. So as I said, great minds think of the consequences of their action, but average minds think of actions. Emefiele is an average man. Understand? So that is the difference between a leader and somebody who is in office. So Emefiele is an office. Tinubu is occupying an office. So this is where the leadership comes in. Every action of a leader must be in the interest of the greater number of people in the country. Every action that a leader takes must be in the interest of the greater number of people in the country. It must be for the greater good of the greater number of people. There's no way everybody will be happy with an action.
Of course.
So people will not be happy because subsidy has been removed. But removing subsidy is in the interest of the greater number of people. It is for the happiness of the greater number of people in the country. But they don't think of the consequences of their action. So that's why we are the way we are. Even the best the best announcement that Tinubu would have made, that would have endeared Nigeria to him, that would have made that would have brought jubilation across the country, would have been restructuring. Understand me? That's the best move that Tinubu would have made. My government is going to restructure this country.
Even when we know that they might not restructure, but let him just say.
If he has said it, he will have won Afenifere to his side. He will have won Ohaneze to his side. He will have won Pandef to his side. He will have won the Middle Belt Forum to his side. He will have won a section of Arewa to his side. He will have neutralized these agitators. Do you understand that? He will have neutralized both IPOB, both Yoruba Nation, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you understand that? That would have been his best announcement, but he missed it. He missed it. So that's why even NLC has said that nationwide strike is starting on Wednesday. Understand that? That they are embarking on strike on Wednesday because the 30,000 naira minimum wage is no longer sustainable.
It's not.
Which is a fact.
Of course.
So he has started with a fire on his head. So I don't know who is advising him or who advised him. So the timing subsidy is a scam and should be removed. But his timing was wrong. So what people are complaining is not that he removed subsidy, but the timing. The timing. He never thought of the consequences of that action.
But Peter Anosike, talking about this fuel subsidy removal, was it not something we talked about, the $800 million palliative something?
That is retirement benefit for the Buhari people. Understand me? It's a retirement benefit. So Tinubu will have to look for his own palliatives. That one, the 800 million is a retirement benefit.
All right. At this juncture, let's go to what we have for today, which is the best advice to youngsters who want to launch their own business. And you know, last week was Children's Day, last week Saturday, and you actually advised parents on how to help their children. So today, the advice is for youth who wants to launch their own businesses. You now have the opportunity to listen to Peter Anosike as he gives you the best advice you can ever.
So from what you read, employers are now in a fix because their overhead cost has gone high. The price of everything in the country has been affected. Some are thinking of reducing their workforce. Then workers are also complaining that what they are being paid is no longer enough, even to transport them to the office, that they need a salary increment. I'm hearing murmurs everywhere. Everywhere. Since Tuesday, I've been hearing that all these things. Oga should increase salary. Understand me? Transport is high, which is true. So, but the truth is that the greatest job security is having your own business. That is that, because no matter how hardworking, no matter how enterprising you are,
as an employee,
the man can even see you in his dream where you have a knife and chasing him. You come back to work and sack you. Understand me? You'll be wondering, what did you do? He did commit any offense. So the greatest job security is having your own business. Once you are working for anybody, no matter how wonderful you are, you don't have any job security. So that's why for the youngsters who are over 60% of Nigeria population, I want to advise them on how to go about starting their own business. And you don't need 1 million naira, 10 million naira to start a business. Understand? And so for you that to start a business, the first thing that you need is a roadmap. That's the number one thing that you need if you want to start a business. Have a roadmap. I have said it in this program that business is like somebody going on a journey. Before you start a journey, you must decide where you are going to. Are you going to Port Harcourt or are you going to Abuja? So before you start a business, you must have a roadmap. This is where I am going to. That is number one. If you don't know where you are going to, you will not know even when you get there.
Of course.
So to start a business, the first thing is to have a roadmap. It is important. You must know this is where I am going to. So before launching your business, it is important to have a clear strategy that outlines your goals, your target audience, your marketing strategy, your financial projections and timeline. Before starting a business, you must have it is important you have a very clear outline on your goals, your target audience, your marketing strategy, your financial projections and your timeline. One, what do I want to achieve in this business? That's your goal. What do I want to achieve in this business? Who are my products meant for? Who are my services meant for? This is your target audience. How do I want to sell to them? This is your marketing strategy. How do I want to sell to them? Then your financial and projections. How much will be needed? How much will I need to do this business? And how much do I need? How much time will it take me to quit struggling? Because if you don't have a timeline in your business, you'll be wasting time. You must measure whatever you are going to do in your business. You must measure the finance that you will be putting into the business. Now, nobody succeeds in business in 3 years. Nobody even succeeds in 5 years. At least in every business, that the first 1 to 5 years is the sowing period. So you must know that I'm going to struggle for 5 years. I'm going to sow for 5 years before I'll begin to harvest. So that first 5 years, if you don't have a timeline, you may think that you are going to succeed in 3 years. So when that 3 years comes and you are still struggling, you become disappointed. So that's why timeline is very, very important. You must know what you are going is what you are going to achieve and how long it is going to take you to achieve it. And you must also have it at the back of your mind that nothing works from the beginning. Nothing works from the beginning. So these are what you should have at the back of your mind. One, a roadmap. What am I going to do? What is my goal in this business? That's your roadmap. Knowing where you are going. Then number 2, your target audience. Who are you going to sell to? Who are those that need your product or service? Understand? Then number 3, how am I going to sell to them? How am I going to sell to them? Then 4, how much do I need in this business and how am I going to be injecting those funds? If you have a 5 million for the business and you put those 5 million in the business once, it might go. Understand? So you must do what is known as financial projections. I will start with 2 million naira. Then after 3 months, if I see the way it is going, I'll put 1 million naira. Understand? You must have your financial projections. So the first step, as I said, is 1, having a roadmap. deciding where you are going. As I said, business is like starting a journey. If you are going on a journey, you must decide where you are going and how to get there. If you don't decide where you are going, there's no way you will know how to get there. Then number 2 is do your research. That's why people fail. That's why businesses fail. Most businessmen and women don't do research. Make sure you thoroughly research your industry, competitors, and target markets. Understand? Most business people don't do research. The elementary word for research is feasibility studies. So one, you must know what is happening in the industry. You must know those who are already in the business, that's your competitors, what they are doing and how you can do better. You must know what those who are already in that business is doing so you can know how to beat them. You must know at the prices that they are selling their product. Then know how much you can sell. Assuming that they are selling maybe 1,000 naira. Ask yourself, if you sell 900, will you still do better than them? Because if price is a very sensitive thing, and Nigeria, our purchasing power is nothing to write home about. So we focus more on price than even on quantity. Understand me? We focus more on price of a product than on quantity. That's why China products are selling very fast in Nigeria, because they are cheap. So if your competitor is selling 1,000 naira and you are selling 900, will you be able to run him out of the market? So this is what research will do for you. Then those that are coming to buy from him, why are they buying? What is motivating them to come and buy from your competitor? What are there things that they are doing that you can do better? So all these are involved in market research. That is number 2. Then number 3, since nobody succeeds alone, you must have a very strong team. Since you cannot do it you cannot be a driver, be an accountant, be a salesperson, be a manager. You must need a strong team. And the success of any business is the team. Understand me? The success of any business is the team. If you have a good team around you, you will succeed. On the other hand, if you have a bad team around you, you will fall. So you must have a very good team. That will help you to do well in your business. Then, customer satisfaction. Business is all about satisfying your customers. In the olden days, they used to say that good market sells itself. That's before the internet comes. Understand? Now, that thing that you are selling, thousands of people are selling. It's just a matter of googling it. So now, the only advantage that you have in business now is how you satisfy your customers. How you make your customers to be emotionally attached to you and to your product. Not that I have a good product. In today's economy, customer is far more important than a product.
Of course. Because
without customer, you are not in business. Have all the good, wonderful products in the world and you don't have customer, you are not in business. So your first priority should be customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction. In this program, I remember saying the time I interviewed Christopher Kondade when he was the chairman of Cadbury PLC. Christopher Kondade told me that if a staff offends him, he will forgive the staff. But if the staff offends a customer, he will never forgive that customer. That he will never forgive that staff. So I asked him why. He said that it is because of the staff, because of the customer that they are in business. So without the customer, they have no business. Therefore, what they do is what will make the customer to keep on coming back. Do you understand it? So their company policy is focused on customer satisfaction. So whatever that will make the customer to keep on coming back is what they do. So if you are starting a business, you should ask yourself, what are the things that I should be doing to make my customers to keep on coming back? And when you begin to do that thing, they'll keep on coming back. Not only coming back, but bringing their friends, their relations, their associates to be coming to be buying from you. So, for you to, if you want to start a business, think of customer satisfaction. What will I be doing to keep my customers keep on making repeated purchases? It must not be one-off. Yes. If you have customers that are just doing a one-off, you have no customer. So what makes a customer is repeated purchases, coming back to buy. So for you to succeed, you have to be doing, you have to be customer focused. Your customers are the energy of your business. So it's important to prioritize their satisfaction. Listen to their feedback and make changes accordingly to improve your product or service. You must be listening to customers' feedback and be doing what they tell you to do. It is very, very important. Feedback helps you to grow your business. Feedback helps you to do well in your business. But in Africa, sometimes we see feedback as witch hunting. Understand me? We see criticism as a witch hunting. Understand me? But these are the things that you need to do well in your business. So you should be customer focused. Let me go over what I've said. I said, number one, you have to have a roadmap. Number two, do research about the market trends. Then number three, be customer conscious. Develop a customer focus.
All right, thank you, Peter Anosike, but we're not done yet. At this juncture, let's go on a short break, but don't tune off because we'll be right back.
This is the station that gives you a voice.
How can you be jubilating when judgment has not been given to you? Meaning that you are bribing the judiciary.
You see a lot of young Nigerians who are leaving the country in droves. They are running away to escape poverty. They are not looking at this issue, and I think Nigerians should rise. Many families and properties have been destroyed. Accountability is one of the things that is lacking in governance in this country.
Speak with no hindrance.
Chapter 4, Section 39 of the Nigerian Constitution, Right to Freedom of Expression and Press states, every person shall be entitled to the freedom of expression, including freedom to hold opinions and to receive and impart ideas and information without interference.
Now you have a voice. Voice of the people, 19.3 FM.
This is your number one radio station.
90.3.
The one radio you tune in on your way home. This is the one.
BOP 90.3 FM.
There comes a time in the affairs of man when the voice of the people stands unique, constantly challenging society's status quo.
90.3.
There comes a time in the affairs of man when the voice voice of the people stands unique, constantly challenging society's status quo. 90.3. A great place of fun and insight. It is a great place of learning. It could be your school on radio. It could be your life on radio. We are VOP, Voice of the People. VOP 90.3. Guaranteed. VOP, Voice of the People. VOP, Voice of the People.
You are opening that phone line.
All right, welcome back. It's still the Saturday Business Roundtable with the top finance author, Peter Anosike. He has been here analyzing the best advice for youth who wants to launch their own businesses. All right, welcome back, Peter Anosike. And at this point, if you have any question, you can actually bring it forward. Our phone line is open. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. All right, go ahead, Peter Anosike.
For those who may be joining us now, what we are discussing this morning is the best advice to youngsters who want to launch their business. So, and I have so if you want to start a business, you have to be prepared to work hard. That's my number 5. You must be prepared to work hard. Starting a business requires a lot of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. Hard work, dedication, that's commitment. You must be committed to what you are doing. And you must persevere. There may be times when things don't go as you have thought it in your head. But it's important to stay focused on your goals and keep pushing forward. So as I said, nothing begins to work from the beginning. Nothing begins to work from the beginning. So if you want to start a business, you have to prepare your mind that you are going to work very hard. That you are going to be dedicated to that business. And why you must work and for you to work very hard, the business that you're choosing to do must be what you like to do. This is very, very important. For you to work hard, for you to be dedicated, for you to be committed on a project, The business that you have chosen to do must be something that comes from you. If you are working hard on something that that doesn't come from you, you'll be seeing it as punishment. You'll be seeing that thing as punishment. So therefore, working hard must be on something that you like to do. So starting a business, you must be prepared to work hard. Not just hard, but extra hard. You must be dedicated to that job. You must be committed to it. And just like fruits that take time before it's ripe, you must practice perseverance, because there's nothing like overnight success. You must be patient while working hard. You must be patient until time comes for you to begin to reap the fruit of your hard work. Then don't be afraid to take risk. Business is risk. Why we have more employees than employers is that most people are afraid of risk. The former CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, said that the higher the risk, the higher the gain. So if you want to go into business, you must have it at the back of your mind that business is a risk, and you shouldn't be afraid of taking risk. Starting a business involves taking risk, but it has to be calculated risk. You don't have to be reckless. The risk you must take must be calculated risk. It must be calculated risk. Be willing to step out of your comfort zone and try new things to grow your business. Nobody succeeds in his comfort zone. So for you to succeed in your business, one, you must step out of your comfort zone. You must be willing to try new things, because if you start a business and you are doing what everybody is doing, you keep on getting what everybody is getting. So you must try to do something new. You must try to bring on innovations. You must try to bring on innovations. That's to differentiate yourself from what others are doing. And bringing on innovations means taking risk. But these are calculated risk. Then number seven, learn from your mistakes. No one is perfect. If you start a business, you must make mistakes. Mistakes are bound to happen because you are not perfect. So, but instead of dwelling on your failures, instead of dwelling on your mistakes, learn from them and use them as an opportunity to improve and grow. This is very, very important. You must be prepared to make mistakes. But when you make mistakes, don't think that it is final. Learn from your mistakes. The more you make mistakes and learn from them, the stronger you are becoming in that business. The stronger you are becoming in that skill. And mistakes makes you to become better in whatever you are doing. So never fail to, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. And don't repeat mistakes. Always learn from your mistakes. But don't a successful business takes time. Understand? It takes real time. It takes real effort and patience. So you have to stay focused on your goals and keep working hard. I want to repeat this. Launching a successful business takes time. It takes effort and patience. So you have to stay focused on your goals and keep working hard. If you are somebody that is easily distracted, you cannot do well in business. When Warren Buffett and Bill Gates were asked what is the secret to their success in business, they say it is focus. They say it is focus. So what makes people succeed is being able to focus on what they are doing, being able to focus on success. Business simply means preparing for the best, and that's hoping for the best and preparing for the worst. This is what makes you to succeed in business. Hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst, because the worst do happen in business. So you have to hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. So that when you prepare for the worst, when it happens, because it must happen, you will not be overwhelmed.
All right, thank you so much, Peter Anosike, for this insightful conversation and advice to youngsters. So, if you are a youngster and you want to launch your business, these advices that Peter Anosike has given us is for you. But Peter Anosike is something you did not touch, because I know it will be in the minds of youngsters now thinking about how to get money to launch their own business. Their parents don't have money. Should they go to the bank to borrow? You did not touch that area.
Well, the issue is that when you are starting a business, money is not the first thing.
Okay.
And this is the mistakes that most people will make. That I don't have money that to go into business. The first thing that you need to go into business is knowledge. The first thing that you need to go into business is knowledge. That is, master the business that you want to go into. If you master a business that you want to go into, it will now give you that confidence to now start looking for the money, because you know that you are not going to fail. So, but when you put money first,
without knowledge,
it will fail. And I have told people, any business that you want to go into, start by selling that product or service. Okay. Start by selling that product or service. If you start by selling it, now it doesn't take much to sell. An instance, if I have a mind of being a baker, of opening a bakery, and I start by selling bread, it doesn't cost $1 million to become a bread sender. Yes. With 5,000 naira, you can become a bread sender. So if I become a bread sender, now as I'm selling, I'm getting my own customers. I am studying the trend in the market. Yes. If I keep on saving the little I'm making from there, anytime I have enough to open up a bakery, I already have customers waiting for me. And I'm saying to them, I'll be asking them questions. What don't you like about this bread?
Why do you choose this over this?
Understand? Oh, sure. All those questions will help me to build a kind of a diary, which I will use. I have now known the problem of those who are selling bread. Why they are not doing well, what they should do to do well, because I'm dealing directly with the end users. Understand?
Yes.
So to make it any business that you want to go and do well, don't just go straight into that. You can start by selling that product. You can start by selling that product. An instance, Dangote started by importing and selling cement. From there, he discovered that there's a huge demand for cement. This is now what informed him of going to build a cement factories. Because he started by what? Selling cement. From there, he already has customers. Then he said, if I now begin to produce cement, I already have people that I will be selling to. So this makes it easier for you, because as you are selling that person's product, you are already building a customer base, which you can now use when you start your own. So don't allow money to become a hindrance. And again, if you want to go into business, everything must not be ready. You don't have to wait until, if you want to wait till you get everything, you can never start. Yes. So that's what they say. Start with what you have. Start from your house. Understand? Start from your house. Because some people will want to go and start from a showroom, from an office. No, start from your house. When you now get money, you can now go and rent a shop. Understand? So this makes it easier. But some people will start, how much would it take that to rent a shoe, that's a shop at a trade fair? They will be telling you,
they'll tell you they are looking at the bigger picture.
Understand? They want to start big. Start small but dream big.
Yes.
That's the philosophy. Start small but dream big. They say Rome was not built in a day. If you want to start a business, start by selling that product. Start from your house. If you start from your house, you don't need to pay rent. You don't need to pay tax to anybody. Yes. And this will, you don't need that to pay even any staff. This will help you to save money. Then when you save money, you can now go out maybe and start looking for where to rent a shop or where to rent a showroom. That's the best way that to start.
All right,
so
thank you,
don't put
Anosike.
money first.
Thank you so much for answering our questions. Thank you so much for opening our eyes to the best way we can launch business, because I know this advice is not just specifically to youngsters. It is for everyone who wants to go into business. Thank you so much for that insightful conversation. And that's how we'll call it a day, but not on VOP 90.3 FM, but on Saturday Business Roundtable. Until we come your way next week, do stay with us. And up next is the world news at 12. Stay tuned and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You are listening
to your the number one station.